The walleye people of northern Ghana have been making shea butter for centuries. Today, the women who make Baraka shea butter do everything by hand to create a wholesome, nourishing, and organic shea butter that both protects their skin and serves as the foundation of the women's economy in the community.
Bambu Earth's customers make a social and environmental impact in rural, remote, impoverished areas of Africa with every purchase they make of a product that has shea butter in it.
The amount of work that goes into handmade shea butter is incredible. It's important to note that many times, shea butter is not actually made in the communities where the shea nuts are picked. Unfortunately, 80% or more of the shea nuts are purchased by industrial factories and made into shea butter using chemical extraction. When this happens, all of the economic benefits go to the factory, ripping away valuable social and economic opportunities for local women. What most don't realize is that this solvent-extracted and industrially processed shea butter is still called raw and unrefined. If you want shea butter that's not chemically extracted and has real impact on women and families, always make sure that you're using handmade or handcrafted shea butter. The shea forest stretches across northern Ghana's savanna region. For certified organic shea butter, they must pick within registered and demarcated picking areas that have been certified as organic and are not near roads, farms, and other sources of contamination.
We're doing everything we can to combat deforestation, which is a big issue in the area. There's a lot of pressure to cut a shea tree for the immediate income. As the women get more and steadier income from collecting and selling shea nuts, it encourages them to preserve the trees.
Baraka Shea Butter has worked with their producers and installed a crushing and grinding mill near the processing area, so the women don't have to carry the seeds as far. Traditionally, crushing the shea nuts was done by hand with a large mortar and pestle. By using the grinding mill, the nuts can more easily be crushed into a coarse grind and prepared for roasting. Traditionally, the crushed seeds were poured into a large pot, and a woman had to stand over it, constantly stirring with a large wooden tool. This was a dangerous process, as this woman was then at risk of having to breathe in the smoke and fumes. Baraka worked with the local craftsmen. Now the women have roasters that allow them to sit away from the fire and turn a hand crane.
The other thing that we're able to do with support of customers like Bambu Earth is we've developed Shea Roaster that emits 90% less carbon, has 90% less deforestation impact. It's designed to use the waste from the shea making process as fuel.
Once all of the impurities have been removed, the finished shea butter is strained and covered, then left to cool and solidify before being packed for shipment. We ensure that there is no waste in our effort.
Traditional shea makers actually use shea trees for firewood when they're doing the roasting and boiling of the shea products. So we developed a very simple process, separate the water from the nut solids and then make it into fuel blocks. Very simple technology, but it has an impact. It's using economic incentive, it's using product supply chain to incentivize looking after the lands better.
Before each carton of Baraka shea butter is sealed and shipped, the woman who made the shea butter in that carton puts her handprint on top, sending it from her hands to yours.
Where business meets community without it being about charity, without it being about philanthropy. So you create that alignment of social value, of environmental stewardship, and business value. And once you get those aligned, then it gets the momentum. Rather than having to fund it separately as a distribution project, we look at it as a creation of value. Customers like Bambu Earth help us make a change one purchase at a time. And your customers help you to help us make that change one purchase at a time.